So I'd like to welcome to the stage, in person, modern-day TV icon and fitness queen of fitness, Davina McCall. Obviously, they asked the world's most fit man to introduce this event.
Obviously, and I can see that,
Thanks.
Boyd.
Yeah, I can only apologise in advance. But what I was going to ask you about is, you are the queen of fitness. You've had myriad DVDs. They're always number one. Now you've got your fitness app, which is already in the app chart. Do you feel pressure though to always look fit and incredibly healthy and vibrant and fresh and all of that?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But I sort of put that pressure on myself. Nobody else puts that pressure on me. But I think that I like to look and feel fit and healthy. And last year I had a really kind of bad year as far as health and fitness goes because I made the DVD sort of earlier on in the year, and then I had a bit of a sort of family tragedy.
Right.
And I didn't work out for absolutely ages, and I felt really kind of sluggish and off. And by the time it got to Christmas, I turned into a sloth.
Wow.
And so with the dawn of this year, it's the new me. I'm feeling very positive about everything.
Good.
I'm sorting out my food.
Amazing.
I've thrown the rest of the quality street away. You know when you get to the dregs?
Yeah.
You know when you're left with the orange ones? Nobody likes... You like the orange ones?
I like the orange ones.
No, you're kidding me. I
like
would have saved them for you.
Thanks.
Anyway, I threw them away. I'm sorry.
Are you telling me that you actually do a normal... You eat chocolate and you kind of have unhealthy foods
on Christmas Day, I am like a snuffling, truffling pig in the chocolate from dawn till dusk.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's really good
and
to
also I have a day of rest on Sunday.
Right.
I cook an enormous roast every Sunday, and if I'm working on a Sunday, I cook the roast on a Saturday. But
That's nice.
I am trying
like roast potatoes and all of that?
Oh, full-on roast potatoes, goose fat, like proper...
So every other day, are you eating incredibly healthily?
No, not I'm just trying to be sensible.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be sensible. Tonight, I'm working here, then I go home, so it's a long journey, and I was weak. And I had a packet of Wotsits, but they taste damn fine.
That's good to know. So you're not like a kind of health fascist where you think you can't eat this, you can never eat that.
No, I just try and be careful.
Right.
So the rest of the time, I try not to eat too much refined sugar. Refined sugar's awful for you. I eat butter, but I try not to eat too much. You know, it's about being sensible. And all the time... just trying to exercise 3 times a week. I can't exercise 5 times a week. That's the reason why I don't look like, what's her name from The Biggest Loser in America? What's her name? Gillian, whatever her name is.
Okay.
She's crazy.
Or Jodie Marsh. What about Jodie?
Oh, Jodie Marsh.
Yes.
What happened to Jodie?
Yeah.
She went weightlifting.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Big
gosh.
time.
You have to do protein shakes and never eat normal food if you're going to look like that, and work out 2 hours a day every day, and I don't have time to do that. I'm a normal person with 3 children and a job, and I have to find a realistic goal of fitness that I can achieve. And that's why when I found Jackie and Mark, I just wanted to tell everybody, because I was like, oh my God.
Jackie and Mark do your fitness DVDs with you.
Yeah, and I've worked out with them for 10 years.
Let me ask you this before, so we'll talk about the app in a minute and everything.
Yeah, I'm
but
so excited.
The DVDs have been going for years and a huge phenomenon.
Yeah.
How did that start? How did it start that you thought, wow, I'm going to do a fitness DVD?
Let me tell you, Boyd.
Yeah.
So, I first met Jackie and Mark. I moved to this place in Surrey, Woldingham, 10 years ago, and I'd had a baby, and I knew I was going to have another one, but I wanted to try and think about getting fit. And so I looked in the local rag, and I saw this woman, Jackie Wren, advertising her wares. So I said, phoned her up, said, could you come round and tell me about, what you do?
Yeah.
And so she came round, and I completely fell in love with her. Like, she's like a pocket-sized little rocket.
Yes,
and
she's very small.
And she's tiny, and she's gorgeous, and she was a former gymnast, and she works with rehabilitation as well. So I knew that she was going to be very careful. She knew how to train pregnant women, and I just newly got pregnant with Tilly, and she just knew everything. And then she said, my husband's a former Marine, so he can do the kind of real Marine-type exercises with me. So I trained with them for about 7 months after I'd had the baby, and a little bit during my pregnancy, and the results were miraculous. And suddenly I was being photographed in magazines going, oh my gosh, look what's happened to Davina. And they made me feel amazing. So I was kind of, when I was having my photo taken, I was all like, oh, you know, feeling great from the inside out, because I started to feel fitter, I looked better. And I thought, gosh, I need to tell people how we did this, because it seems quite simple. But and I'd done workout DVDs in the past, and I said to my agent at the time, I'd like to make a workout DVD with these guys. And he said, don't do it. It's low rent.
Oh, really?
Just don't make a workout DVD. Just it's no.
But like Jane Fonda had done them.
I said
she was quite.
Well, Jane Fonda's extremely high rent. She's not low rent. Exactly. And Cindy, I did Cindy. I did Cindy. Well, I mean, I didn't do Cindy, but I did Cindy.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm going to put my foot down and say that I really want to do this. And nobody was doing it with trainers that they actually genuinely train with.
Right.
I had a husband and wife team who were very different in their style of training, which is hugely useful when you're working out to do, to mix it up a bit. And I just thought, we've got to do it. And actually the way that it panned out was we've been making DVDs, and Jackie, who's Mark's wife, always does the easy version, which is fantastic because it means people of all ages and all abilities can do this DVD. Everybody can do it. Yeah. It's for everyone.
And were you at what point did you realise that it's become a proper phenomenon? Because now, because I work for Heat, so pretty much every Christmas rolls around and we get sent press releases about every celebrity, some big, some small, has a fitness DVD, but yours is always by far number one and outsells everyone else's. At what point did you realise this has become a bit of a phenomenon?
Well, I just thought I was amazed that the first one sold. Right. I mean, I was just really, really, really pleased. And I think it's funny because I really enjoy making TV programmes, and I'm always hugely pleased if anybody watches them. But this really meant a lot because I could feel that other people were getting the same results, not just physically, but mentally as well. I'd go to somewhere like a red carpet event and somebody come up to me and go, oh my God, I lost 2 stone doing your DVD. Wow. And for me, that was what really made a difference, that it was having the same impact on other people as it did on me, and that made me feel good.
That was incredible, wasn't it? Well, let's talk about the app. Now, I could just get you to explain it, but we handily have a video.
Oh, that's great.
Which pretty much explains the whole thing. So let's have a look at the Davina app.
Hi.
Is it weird watching yourself working out?
Really weird watching myself being a wazzock.
Well, no.
I know.
It's entertaining. You're making fitness entertaining. So how did the app come about? How did it go from, do you think, oh yeah, of course we've got to do a Davina app?
For me, an app was a natural progression because I always want to work out on the move. So I wanted to get it on iTunes. I wanted to get it so that you could download it onto anything, anywhere you go. So the DVD for me, to get it available, so you could just kind of pick it up and go, was very important. And an app is... Well, for starters, it's very nice to be able to do something that's free. I mean, if you want to upgrade, you have to pay, but it actually is a free app, and there are literally hundreds of exercises to do on this free app, which is pretty amazing. It's so simple and clear to use. I was just in America at Christmas, and I used the app to try and do something, sort of a bit of maintenance while I was away. Yeah. And what's lovely is that these workouts range from sort of 15 minutes to half an hour if you're experienced. But half an hour, really, everybody can do that. Yeah, yeah. And it includes a warm-up and cool-down. And the running buddy is very handy for any budding marathon runners that we've got with the marathon coming up. Yeah. So there were lots of other little things that I really, really wanted to do, and the music side of it's so important. You can play your playlist, which I love. Yeah. You can downlist my playlists.
Of course.
And
you are into your music, we should say. You are.
Oh my God!
Whenever I see you, you're recommending some music or other.
I'm so Frank Ocean. It's my latest.
Brilliant.
Oh my God,
Genius.
I love Frank Ocean.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So my music is really important, and that was another thing about the DVDs when we made the DVDs, that music was paramount. Yeah. We didn't want to make it with plinky plonky library music. Yeah. We want good
cheesy organ
tunes that you can really properly lose yourself in.
So when they were putting this app together, did they keep having to go, are you all right with this? Are you all right with that? Were you like checking it? Were you making sure you're happy with it all? Or was it just
I mean, I definitely wanted it to have my personality on it. So that was the most important thing, that if you're going to look for a Davina fitness app, you're going to get me. Yeah. And obviously Jackie and Mark's expertise, because they're the ones that have formulated the exercises. But one of the things that I thought was really important was, rather than going, come on, get up off your butt and get out there and exercise, I wanted to say, well done for coming back.
Right.
And you've done a really hard workout. I'm going to give you something. And I couldn't financially help people out. Here's 10p for each week. So I thought I could have done, but I'm too tight.
Sure.
So I gave them a heart.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Okay.
when somebody's done a really good workout,
Yeah.
and if you've given your phone permission to do it, you will get a heart. And you can share it, or I like to call it showing off, with all your friends on Twitter and Facebook. So now, if I see that somebody's just been awarded a heart on Twitter or Facebook, I send them a little message, and I go, Mummy's very proud of you.
Oh, that's
well
clever.
done.
That's clever. That's good.
So I thought, and then if you've completed one of your goals, you get a gold heart.
You're very good on Twitter. You're quite up with the whole technology thing. So are you getting people tweeting you already about the app and telling you stuff they're doing? Are you getting too many people doing that?
No, it's amazing. Okay. But what I've been really blown away by was I've had quite a few tweets today because I said I was coming to do this event tonight. And one girl said that she'd lost 11 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
That's pretty. That is intense.
That is good. Yeah.
But lots and lots of people are saying I lost £2 this week doing it. I lost £4 in a fortnight. There's some major weight loss happening.
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to encourage people to do as well, which I think is also helpful with the app, is to not just do it as your New Year's resolution for a couple of months. Is to try and keep working out.
Yeah.
The point is that we have to start doing something that's achievable, that we can continue doing, so that we don't just all stop after 11 days.
No,
somebody said is
completely.
when everybody stops their New Year's resolution.
But that's why when you're saying the thing about you only do it 3 times a week and you do half an hour, you're making it realistic.
Realistic.
Yeah, right. And are you the same? We mentioned food before. Do you, as far as you're concerned, if people do these exercises, get the app and do all that, should they not be worrying too much about food and dieting and all of that?
My opinion is that you must never, ever, ever, ever diet.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
We all know what is good food and what isn't. So a fry-up is not good. However, if you say, I am never going to have another fry-up again, you are just going to want to have a fry-up morning, noon and night. Yeah. So it's not good to deny yourself anything. However, I try not to do that too often. But it's like not eating carbs. We were discussing Richard Bacon today,
yes, who
is carb-free. Yeah. And I don't, carbs are good for you, and you need carbs for energy. But I try and avoid carbs if I'm at home, say, in the evening. So I'll eat potatoes, rice, all of that at lunchtime, but maybe I don't eat carbs in the evening. Right. Sometimes I do. But we all know what's sensible. Try and eat oily fish 3 times a week. Try and not sort of eat just loaves and loaves of bread. Yeah. Try and eat brown things instead of white things. Right. Brown bread, brown rice, brown pasta. Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like over the years, I've just done it gradually, bit by bit, but I have become a healthier person. And the What's It's Tonight tasted amazing.
So that's good, isn't it? So when you do get a treat, maybe it's
even
more amazing.
I really savoured every single one.
Yeah. In a minute, I'm going to talk to you a few other very obvious things I want to ask you about life in general and all the stuff you've done.
Yes.
And then throw it open to you guys, so be thinking of any questions. But let's have a look now at a classic bit of you working out. A clip of you. I think this is a kind of abs workout.
Oh, do you like it? I don't know if you noticed, but I wasn't lying down. That's an ab. That is an ab workout.
Standing up.
Standing up.
Because you do think of like crunches and whatever they're called and sit-ups and
No.
And that seems much easier. Well, not easy, but easier than kind of doing all of that. What?
I'd like to see you doing it.
I do it every day.
It's quite tough. And it's about for everybody. In fact, it's really important to work these muscles down the side, which are called transverse abdominals, abdominis, whatever. Yeah. Not just these ones, and those ones are exercised by sit-ups like that. And then transverse are exercised with those exercises that you see where you're twisting from side to side. And that's what holds your tummy in. If you just do loads of sit-ups, you end up looking a little bit pregnant, and that's not good.
No, you don't want that. Is it difficult? Because you're doing one of these DVDs a year, pretty much, and you've done, there's millions. Is it difficult, like, to feel the pressure? Right, I've got to do something slightly different next time, to keep it entertaining, keep it different, keep it new.
Having been a workout DVD addict,
Yeah.
so I've done other people's DVDs. I just know that I want to carry on working out, but I'm sick to death of hearing the same old jokes.
Yes.
And the same old lines.
Yes.
And the same old tunes.
Yes.
I want something fresh.
Right.
So for a while, we did a lot of interval training. There was always new exercises, new sort of ways of working various bits of your body, or we target specific areas. So everyone is completely different, but I just thought, actually, people sometimes just want different music. You want to carry on doing the same sort of thing. We don't make them harder. We don't make them radically different. Although I have to say, this year, with the high-intensity training, we did sort of slightly step away from what we normally do. I mean, the funny thing with high-intensity training is that you do a massive burst of exercise for about 4 minutes until you literally can't stand anymore, and then you just walk around for 2 minutes and drink some water. 2 minutes. And then your heart rate goes right down. You could do that.
Great. I could do that, totally. Yeah.
Do you exercise?
I walk a lot. I do. I literally walk everywhere.
But do you walk out of your comfort zone, or do you just...
No, I walk fast.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And I do the moonwalk the moonwalk?
Yes.
Yeah, which is a brilliant
Mackenzie
thing.
and that gang.
Exactly, yeah. So I train for that, and I go on long walks.
Do you do it with hand weights? Ever?
No, I don't do hand weights ever, no. Weights and that kind of thing scares me.
Wrist? Yeah. You could put little weights around your wrist?
I don't do any kind of gym things. I should.
Because really, if you walk, you're probably used to walking. If you do the same type of exercise all the time,
really?
Your body...
You should do something different?
Yes, absolutely. You need to shock it.
Okay, well, clearly it's not working, so I will do something new and different. I'm going to obviously I've got the app anyway, but I'll be doing the app.
And the important thing is, actually, that the app is great for men and women.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I think women predominantly think that they need to do the DVD. Actually, anybody can do the DVD. As you can see, Mark's doing the DVD, but the app is totally unisex.
Yeah, because I can imagine men might feel, I'm not going to go to the shop and buy a Davina DVD.
But the app is absolutely for everyone.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's interesting. Let me ask you a few general things.
Ask me.
I've got to, because they're just things I want to know, basically.
Go on.
So the first is, in terms of your...
36B.
Okay. I knew that anyway. I didn't know that. I knew that anyway. But I wondered, in terms of your career, like, you've got to this point where you select what you do on TV.
Yes.
You do £1 Million Drop, which I think is one of the best game show formats ever. It's a brilliant format. And you've got a new game show coming up.
I have, yeah. Very exciting.
But are you, is this where you thought you'd end up? And are you kind of happy where you've ended up with all the fitness DVDs and with that TV?
If you'd have said to me 10 years ago, you're going to do a fitness DVD, I'd have just said, you're absolutely nuts. Of course, I'm not going to do a fitness DVD. Why would I do a fitness DVD? And here I am. And the one thing that I've realised with my career is that you never know which way it's going to go, or something happens, or somebody suddenly sees you in a different light. I mean, the whole reason why I got Long Lost Family on ITV, which is one of my favourite shows, I absolutely love presenting it, is because I did Who Do You Think You Are? And if I hadn't done Who Do You Think You Are, then they wouldn't have seen me in a more serious...
Right, absolutely. Because in that show, which has incredible stories, you're going out there and you're visiting these people who have incredible stories to tell about reuniting their families and all that.
The most incredible
The films
stories.
are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's your favourite one of those? What's your favourite story from that show? Which you also do, Nikki Campbell does as well.
There's one amazing one on this series that somebody was seeking out a relative, and he didn't just get a relative, he found an entire family.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was pretty amazing. I mean, one of the saddest stories was a woman who, at 14 years old, she came home from school one day to find her favourite brother missing from home. He was 21, and his mum and he had a huge fight, and the mum had said, he's left and he's never ever coming back. And the sister didn't understand what had happened. And over the next year, all evidence of him just disappeared from the house. All the photos, everything just disappeared. And she always thought, well, maybe he'd committed some heinous crime, or maybe he'd killed someone and gone to prison. Something awful had happened. And it turns out that he'd come out to his mum. He'd said that he was gay, and she'd chucked him out and completely disowned him.
That was a brilliant...
And so she lost her brother for all those years because of that. Anyway, we reunited.
Story,
we reunited sister and brother, and that was really amazing.
Yeah, that was an amazing story. Yeah. And did you, when you did the new £1 Million Drop, which is a fantastic, did you realise that was going to be such a kind of clever? When they put it to you, did you? Oh yeah, that's going to work.
Well, it was a no-brainer.
Right.
For the things that I loved was £1 million in
there.
real cash.
Yes.
I mean, with my TV head, I thought there's no way on earth they're going to have a real £1 million. It must be fake TV money in between a sort of real 50 and... But it's real,
Absolutely,
and there is a proper £1 million, and there's security guards everywhere, and the fact that it was live. So all of those things I just love. I love live TV. There's nothing like it.
For me, the link between all the things you've done seems to me on TV is you empathising with all these people, because when you're dealing with people and their stories, you're empathising with them, you're listening to them, and on the game shows, you're very good at listening to the contestants. Do you know what I mean? Hugging them if they need a hug. All of that. I love a hug. Are you aware of the fact that you are good at that?
I guess I do. I always say I love real people. Yeah. And often I love chatting to just anybody that will talk to me. Yeah. So if I'm on a train on my own on the way, and I start chatting, I always find out the most amazing stories, because people have just fantastic stories. So
because some famous people probably don't want normal people anywhere near them.
Yes, well, I love... I'd rather hang out with normal people than I would famous people.
That is true. I can confirm you very rarely go to showbiz parties.
Never.
That's pretty much never, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much never. Unless it's the heat thing at the MTAs. I love that. Yeah.
But why is that? So is that always been the way? You just don't want that kind of...
I think because I get a bit starstruck.
That's something to be embarrassed about.
I get really embarrassed if I meet famous people. I get like... I met Anton Deck. And I'll never forget the first time I met Anton Deck, and it wasn't that long ago. And I literally, I love Anton Deck.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
But I get I want to ask for their autograph. I'm that sort of person. And I still haven't ever quite got over that.
That's good, though. That's brilliant.
So I'm just fall to pieces when I meet famous people. So I'd rather hang out with,
that's good to know.
Normal people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I'll give you a few more minutes to think of questions, and then I'll also need to ask you about the new Channel 4 thing. But let's have one more look at you working out.
Do you want to see me more in Lycra?
We've got to see you again.
Perfect. There's something quite perverse about watching a workout DVD if you're not working out, because I'm watching that going, look at your face. Oh, my God. But actually, when I'm doing it to myself at home, I'm pulling that face as well, so it's fine. I don't think it's so ridiculous.
So do you work out to your own DVD?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, quite a lot.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's good.
And it's on Saturday... On Saturday morning, I've got my friend Katie coming around from next door, and we're going to do it together.
Brilliant.
Yeah, in the living room. It's good.
I like the sound of that.
Group workouts are much more fun than working out on your own.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to... the Channel 4 thing. So now, I was listening to you on... Davina was on the Richard Bacon show today on Radio 5 Live, and he said... He kind of announced it, and and then I got a press release sent to me later. It's almost like... That wasn't planned. What is this new Channel 4
I've got
series?
a new programme. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to talk about it.
Well, you can now, because they've sent out the press release.
Oh, they've sent out the press release. It's fine. It's called 5 Minutes to Fortune, and it's going to be a daily show on Channel 4, which goes out at 5 o'clock, and then another show on the Saturday, sort of more evening time. And the premise is that you've got £100,000 sitting in an egg timer, and it's slowly dripping away. And you've got 5 minutes to try and win it all. But if you don't get it in that, if you can't answer the questions in the 5 minutes, it just starts going. And it's one of those ones. I went to watch it being rehearsed, and I was shouting. One of those ones. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Clever. Sounds good. So 5 days a week, that'll keep you busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like the fact? Do you like to be working constantly, or do you like kind of gaps where you can just be with your family?
For me,
yes,
it's all about booking the next holiday.
Yes.
I'm all about the holiday. So I don't mind working quite hard if I know I've got something, lined up with the kids. Yeah. So I try and take summers off. Yeah. So get a couple of months off in the summer. Just had 3 weeks off for Christmas. Went to go and see Matthew's family in America. Nice. And I'm here for half term, but I've got half term off.
Oh, that's good planning. So very good. Yeah.
I've got Easter, most of Easter off. So that's good.
That's good. Living the dream.
Just get to see the kids.
Perfect.
It's nice.
Right. Let's throw it open to you guys. We've got microphones. There's a lady there.
Hello.
Hi, Davina. You look amazing.
Thanks. So do you.
Oh, thank you.
I like your top.
Oh, thank
you. Is that a leopard print?
Yeah, it's a dress.
I love it. Can I just tell you something very quickly?
Yeah.
I went to Morocco for New Year's Eve,
nice.
And I went to this hotel to go and have a drink, because we couldn't afford to stay there, called La Mamounia in Morocco, Marrakesh. And there was a bar called the Winston Churchill Bar, and the walls were made of red leather with Chesterfield buttons in. The walls, all in red leather. And the carpets and the chairs were leopard print.
Brilliant.
Wow.
I'm going there.
It was amazing. You would have looked fabulous in the Winston Churchill bar. Anyway, carry on.
No,
What's your name?
Chloe.
Hello, Chloe.
Hi. I'm a big fan. I followed your career for years. Obviously, you're one of the top UK's female television presenters. Do you think it's harder for women, though, in television, in terms of the pressure to look good, to look youthful? Have you ever been aware of that? And obviously, you look, almost ageless. But, I mean, do you think there are some that sort of get phased out, when they start to lose something? Or
I think that it's really got to be a state of mind. Like, I think age nowadays, I was thinking about my granny, and when my granny turned 40, my granny's still of the mind that after 30 you're not allowed to have long hair. She thinks I look a bit slutty because I've got long hair. And that was the thing in those days. You weren't allowed to have long hair after 30. You had to cut it. Nowadays, I'd say one of my sort of age icons would be Jo Wood or someone like that, who she's ageless and she dresses exactly how she wants. She parties hard. She's good fun. She's young in her mind. And I don't see sort of age, I don't personally see age as a block. I don't sort of, I wouldn't probably go out in the street in hot pants anymore. I think I've grown out of that. But there is, this is going to sound like a shameless plug, but just bear with me. I've made some wedgie trainers with Next. And somebody went, I'm too old to wear those. And I went, mate, I'm 45. I'm still cracking out the wedgie trainer. It doesn't matter how old you are, just do it. And I've got one that's leopard print, especially for you.
You've got your own shoe line as well.
Yeah, but they're fit shoes because they've got fit technology in them that exercise, but without looking like orthopaedic shoes. They're actually quite cool looking.
Great
but
question.
yes,
Thank you.
it is difficult for women in the business, but I think that age is only a block if you mentally let it be.
Yes. The lady right next to you.
Hello.
Hello.
So, aside from women in the media, just women in general, where are they going wrong today? Why are there so many women who are really struggling to keep their shape, to remain fit?
Well, I think
what are we doing
I think one of the things is just us trying to work so hard, and we're all working. We're mums. I think working day is very long nowadays. I mean, like, not many offices have creche or gym facilities or things like that. So, you can. I don't know. It's really hard, isn't it, for women nowadays? But I think that actually a lot of women are doing well. I mean, I don't think. I think that that's quite a harsh sort of brush to
women do that badly?
tar people
Well,
with.
I think is there, then do you think there's too much of a focus on diet? Should people be looking more
I just think, like I said, I wholly disagree with the word diet.
No.
I don't think women should diet at all. But I don't think there is. I think women are doing it right. And I think that actually we look after ourselves and we eat better. And, we're more savvy now about looking after ourselves than ever before.
Thank
I
you.
think you should support girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentleman here in the...
Hi, Davina.
Hello.
What I'd like to know is how do you motivate yourself? It's all well and good.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
That's the beginning.
And how do you start? Well, I always think a new year is an amazing time to motivate yourself because you think fresh year, fresh you, fresh beginnings, let's do it. And to stay motivated, that's the issue. And whenever people ask me, how can I motivate myself? How can I get myself back on? I always say sign up for something. I mean, it's like he was talking about the moonwalk. It could be a walk, it could be a run, it could be a bike ride, it could be anything. But if you sign up for something, then you've kind of got to stay fit for that. I've got a bike ride that I do every year for Action Medical Research. And it's a really important charity to me. But because I'm the face of it, I can't wimp out.
Right.
And
you can't.
I've got to do it in quite good time. So right now I'm focusing on getting fit for the bike ride. And I've also got loads of my girlfriends doing it, so I've got to look fit in front of them as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, having
There's a
a
lot of
thing, it
shame,
doesn't- yeah,
the
absolutely,
shame
yeah.
factor,
Yeah, and do something with friends maybe. as
Yeah,
well.
and do it with mates.
No, that's good. Thank you.
So sign up for something, and you can raise money for charity
can
at the
raise money
same
for
time, which
charity.
is a brilliant thing.
Got time for a couple more. Gentleman here.
How are you?
Hi, fine. Whenever you do the £1 million drop and you're standing there and you know the answer and they go for the wrong one, are you ever standing there in your head screaming at them, wishing they go
I
for
am.
the right one?
Sometimes I get so upset that I have to turn away. I have to turn away and look at the back screen because I'm thinking that my face is just leaking body language all over the place because I get so upset. I mean, if they've had an amazing game and they're towards the end, then it's very frustrating. And if it's right at the beginning, you think, oh, they didn't even get a chance. But sometimes I think they've got it wrong and I'm all frustrated. And actually, what do I know? They've got it right. Or sometimes I'm going, oh, that's so good. They've got it right, and they haven't. They've got it wrong. So I don't know anything. I don't know the answers.
Yeah, Davina doesn't know. Yeah, I can confirm. I did
They
a
don't
run
tell
through
me
it.
the answers.
I did a test of it, and it was incredible. And,
Yeah.
and I was amazed that you didn't know.
No,
Yeah, it's very
it's
interesting.
much better that I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, completely. Thank you very much.
Do you ever think taking a risk is worth it?
On the
Is
£1
taking
million
the risk
drop,
worth it?
If you're not playing for charity, it's easier to take a risk because you can say, I've come with nothing, I leave with nothing. But if you're playing for charity, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. And there was a lady there.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Rosie.
Hello, Rosie.
Hi. So you've done the DVDs and obviously now moving on to mobile apps. With technology moving so fast, have you thought about what's going to be next in terms of fitness and getting it out to the public?
I'm always trying to think or stay one step ahead of the game. And one of the things that I really want to do is, get into TVs, like with Apple TV and stuff like that. I just want to get on, smart TVs. And that's something that I'm looking at doing. And there's lots and lots of things, but I love technology. And in fact, it's thanks to my husband. My husband is a technology nut, and it's thanks to him. He keeps me sort of abreast of everything that's happening. He was the one that said I should come here. He's going, you've got to do an event at the Apple Store. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. I was like, such a good idea. Well done,
Quite right.
Penny. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
This is right. It's absolutely right. Have we got time for a couple more, I think?
Oh, yes,
Yes,
go
we
on.
do. Yes, so the lady next to you there.
Hello.
I've got a question. What is your favourite thing about being on Got to Dance?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, I didn't ask you about
love
Got to Dance, which is-
I love it. The best thing for me is, number one, watching people do something that they work so hard at. So watching somebody perform something that they've absolutely sweated over night and day and honed into such a beautiful craft, that's such a gift. But number two, it's hanging out with Ashton, Ashley and Kimberly and all those dancers and learning dance moves. So I get to learn these little things and then I go home and I'm such a loser and I pretend that I'm sort of, a queen crumper.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because, I think I'm down with the kids, crumping rubbish.
But that's,
I'm
I meant
rubbish.
to ask you about that. That is one of the few of kind of talent shows that actually, apart from the huge ones of BBC Variety, that it's pretty much the only one, isn't it, that's carried on year after year. What
Will
series
you
are you on now?
come?
I'd love to come. Yeah, of
Please
course I'd
come and
come.
see
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
will absolutely
I'm
love
there.
it. It's such
Yeah.
it's such a feel-good program, and the talent is phenomenal. But it's so genuine, and they've done. It's just brilliant this year.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
amazing.
Very nice. Cool.
They mic'd up the security guards outside the gate, and it's like
Oh, that's
something.
good.
Oh, it's so
That's
funny
great. Yeah,
listening
that's
to them
brilliant.
chatting.
That's good.
Oh, it's
always a
brilliant.
good idea. Maybe one more question. This lady there. Yes.
Hello.
Thank you.
Davina, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm going to talk about something rather deep.
Oh yes, deep. We love deep.
It's about sort of drug addiction and being
Oh, yeah.
rejected by your family.
Yes.
It's something that obviously impacts on a lot of people, and not getting, sort of your network to help you can sort of impact on recovery.
On
as
me.
such. How do you suggest that,
People.
Yeah.
Other people can get help.
Yeah.
I got help. When I had a drug problem, I didn't go into treatment. I went and sought help from a 12-step fellowship, and that was really helpful for me. The first thing I would suggest is to go online and look up any kind of 12-step fellowship or anything like that. They're amazing with drug addiction. And And they always say that the value of one addict helping another is without parallel. That it's, you know, when you sit with somebody and we were talking about empathy earlier, when you feel like somebody really understands you and you feel heard, then that's a very powerful thing. And as far as you know, parental rejection, I think that's something that I've sought lots of help from about that over years and years and years. And with the help of my husband and my kids, and you know, it's been like it's been a healing process, and it's taken a long time. But I don't know if it's about you or for you in particular. But outside help, counselling, things like that really helps. But again, just kind of being brave and talking to me about it, and knowing that you're not alone. But time is a great healer.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll have a chat with you afterwards, maybe when we're not on camera.
Thank you very much for asking the question, and thank you for the answer. And I'm going to end. Well, we've run out of time, I'm afraid. But so I'm going to end it on a really. Sorry.
I love you.
I love you, Davina. I'm going to ask you a really stupid trivia question to end
go
it.
on, go for it.
Are you
go
watching Celebrity Big Brother?
I have been watching.
Have
my
you?
God, Paula Hamilton, because I was a model agent and she was a model at the time when I was a model
Incredible.
agent. Oh
So
my
you
God.
know her?
Yes.
So she is quite.
She
strange,
is, but
brilliant.
yes, brilliant, and she's gone, and that's sad. All the really like crazy great people often go. I don't know why do they do that.
People vote out the wrong.
Why do they do that? And I today, in fact, on Twitter, I said, you know, just let go of me. I was Channel 4.
Yes.
I was a presenter then.
Yes.
Brian Dowling is great.
Yeah.
Enjoy him.
Yeah.
Let him be great.
That's very nice of you to say
Well,
that.
I like Brian. He was like my all-time favourite housemate
I remember you did always say that.
Ever.
Absolutely. You always said that. Completely. I love the fact that you're watching it, though. That's good.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank everyone for coming along, ladies and gentlemen, for coming along, and most of all, of course, to Davina.
Thank
you
you
very much.
Thank you.